So hey guys, hello, I'm going live today. Happy 4th of July to all you out there. My neighbor's got some fireworks going on, so if you hear fireworks, it's because it's the 4th of July today. So we're gonna play some Farming Simulator. I've always been a big fan of this game. I gotta say, I play this a lot. My friend's a lot better at this than me. I'm not the best, but I always try my best. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Let's get started here. And I already got this farm kind of started. And I already have some things that I've been doing. Hello, Grandpappy. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you, bro. Hello.
If this isn't a successful farmer standing in front of me, you can call me a goat and feed me some oat. I just noticed your bank account. Listen, I'm proud of you, kiddo. Don't you think this
I didn't
about
earn
money,
that
though?
money.
You brought stability and security to the farm. That's all I ever wanted. Not the money.
No, I
That's
didn't.
just an indicator.
That was just the
Now,
starting
get
amount. I think I
yourself some
had
fancy new machines
I
or
can't
something.
remember how much I had, but
Congratulations.
I put it to like the highest amount. But yeah. Let's go start some stuff. I've mostly been doing some contracting fields and stuff. And for those of you who have not played this game before, and I'm playing on the PlayStation 5 today, guys, so nothing too special. So we just harvested this field over here. And so these are the main 4 fields that you start with. And then I got one all the way down there. You probably can't see it from here, but yeah. Alright, let's check our contracts that we got here. Let's see. No active ones, I think. So we just harvested a bunch of canola. So let's try to sell that if we can. I think we did. Yeah. So we just plowed this field here. I got that music turned on here. Let me see if I can turn that on. Alright. But yeah. I'm gonna go to my next thing here. Oh, yep, so this was the thing that we needed to dump here. Let me see. Unlock. Oh, so now it gives me the option. How do I not have access to this land? Okay, well, I guess we need to find somewhere else to dump it, maybe. Here, let me check. So like I said, happy 4th of July, guys. My neighbor's got a whole bunch of stuff. Got a whole bunch of fireworks they're popping off today, so let's check the canola. Here. Did that do it? Hold on. See if I can. Oh, there. Okay. So those are the oh, okay. Those are the fields. Okay. All right. Grove. Hotspots. Chores. Worker stations. Productions. Alright. See if I can go back in there again. Let me see. Manage. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's the lumber company. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna just drive this back to the farm real quick. But yeah, guys, hope you guys are doing well. I'm okay. I haven't been my best. Just been going through a bunch of stuff, guys. So sorry if I'm not like my normal cheery self. I just got a lot I'm doing. So I guess we're gonna put this in the silo for right now. But yeah. Hope everyone's been doing well. And I'll make sure to pop the chat back up on the screen here. Give me one quick second. Just so I can see your guys' chat. There we go. Alright. Awesome sauce. Did that guy seriously just try to drive around me? I think he did. Jesus Christ. Just, I love how sketchy the AI is in this game. Oh, I just knocked over a stop sign. Well, there you go, y'all. I'm gonna park this up here. And then we're gonna do some contracting fields because all these fields are already harvested. They just need to grow, basically, so. Alright. Let me zoom out here. And go back down to contracting. Alright, that's baling. Baling takes a while. It's not like the worst thing to do, but it definitely takes a while. Let's do this cultivating job here. But yeah, happy 4th of July, guys. Hope you hear the fireworks in the background there. Alright, here we go. Now we got a big tractor. Is that? Yeah. Let me turn around here. There we go. Awesome sauce. Alright, what field are we going to? 25? Okay. 25. Let's see. Alright. We're going up there. And going up to 25. All right. Here we go, guys. There we go. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I'm okay. I know a lot of you have been enjoying the Midnight Club streaming that we've been doing. I'm gonna get back to that at some point. Just wanted to do this today. I actually used to play this a lot with one of my pals back then, and he used to have a ginormous farm, and I always got big into this game. They currently just released the new Farming Simulator 26, but that's for iPhone, iPad, and the Nintendo Switch too. So the console version is still being made of the new game, so that'll come out soon, hopefully. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. But yeah, we're gonna just sit back, relax, play some of this, and I've been meaning to stream this for a while, probably like over a year. I've just been doing other things, but yeah, hope you guys are having a good 4th of July though. But yeah. And a lot of people were talking about how they want the next game to be on Unreal Engine 6. I think that's what the majority of people were saying. I think it still looks good. Let me know what you guys think down in the chat here. But I think this actually looks pretty decent still. I can't complain. Even for like playing on consoles, like a lot of people were complaining that they didn't like how the console version was capped at like 30 frames per second. I I can't notice, guys. Even when people have those high refresh rate computer monitors, which I don't, I think mine caps out at 60 frames per second too. But even if I did play a game at a higher frame rate, like 120, I don't see a big difference. That's just me. Let me know if you guys feel differently about that. Um, but yeah, I don't see like a massive change or a map and just a massive like improvement there. But yeah, that's just me. All right, let's get started on this field here. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well today. Whew. Oh, I just noticed my PS5 emblem is over this thing here. Let me see if I can change that real quick. I'll put it like right here or something. There we go. Yeah, because it's always hard to tell on these things too. Yeah. There we go. I can see the chat again. But yeah, let me know how you guys have been doing. I like how there's an autopilot system in this game too. And then you can like look around the cabin. It's pretty cool. Here. I'm gonna put this right here for now. But yeah, I hope you guys have been doing well. So let's sit and chat for a bit. Yeah, like I said, I've just been having a lot of personal stuff going on in my life right now. Not the best time for me, guys. I do plan on going to Busch Gardens again at some point. That's my local theme park here in Virginia. And I do plan on going there. It's just been so hot outside, guys. It's been brutal. It's been really freaking brutal outside. Like I think this is the hottest summer that I've seen so far in my 31 years of being alive. So it's pretty crazy. Um, Let me know how hot it's been for you guys. Today it capped out at over 100 degrees today, which is crazy. So, and it's still pretty hot right now. I think it's like 97 right now, so it's still pretty hot out. But yeah, it's been brutal, man. There's no way I can go right now when it's this hot. So hopefully, when it does cool down, I'll be able to go. Hey, Tony, nice to see you, Tony. Hi. Yeah, Tony. Yeah. I definitely want to do a Busch Gardens walk around, especially for all you people out there in California. I know you guys would love Busch Gardens Williamsburg here in Virginia. So I definitely do plan on doing that, Tony. I'm gonna just do that when it does cool down. And Tony says it was 81 degrees Fahrenheit at sunset where they are. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and it got over 100 today, which is just crazy. But yeah, I've been going through a lot of stuff personally, guys. I'm gonna just be honest. My mental health has not been great. I've been pretty depressed lately with a bunch of stuff going on in like my personal life. I just haven't been doing good. Um, been dealing with some just some health issues and stuff, and it's been concerning, and just I just haven't been doing that great. But I'm so glad Tony's here. Glad you're doing well, Tony. And guys, if you can, please follow my good friend Tony at Tony O Tower on YouTube. They make fantastic uh, theme park related content. Tony's a wonderful person, and they're an awesome drawer and artist too. Thank you so much for doing that personal drawing for me, Tony. I still have it saved on my phone. I even might print it out and put it on my wall. So yeah, well, thank you so much. That goes a long way. And yeah, and if you can, please remember to like the stream. Thank you so much. That also goes a long way too. But I hope you all are having a wonderful 4th of July. Um, yeah, yeah, it's been good, guys. It's been good. All right. So we got this decent sized field to do. I mean, it's pretty big, guys. I don't think we're gonna do the whole field. Actually, that's a pretty decent square. That's not bad at all. Uh, Tony, I saw you try to type something. Can you type it again? But yeah, we got a pretty decent sized field. And yeah, I'm playing on my PlayStation 5 Slim today, guys. Nothing too special. I get a lot of comments saying, why don't I game on my PC? Well, that's a good question. I feel like it runs better if I plug in a console and then I use my PC just to pump that out to you guys, so it's not as labor intensive on my computer to both game and stream on the computer at the same time. So that's why I connect my PlayStation, my Xbox, or my Nintendo Switch too, and just do it that way. I am planning on getting back into like console streaming more because it's just so much to get everything jury rigged and set and kind of set up to stream on the computer. Um, how long is the film? What film are you talking about? Oh yes, yeah. Definitely be sure to smash that like button. Um, yeah, that's how I feel about it too. I just feel like it's just less processing on my computer. Um, and yeah, it does take a lot to get all of this like put together. So if I go back to Streamlabs here, there's your chat and there's all that, and then I have all these different layers here I have put on the screen. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, okay. Um, that's fine, Tony. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's probably because of my speech impediment. So sometimes I will slur my words sometimes by accident. So thank you for understanding about that. Um, do I use OBS? Well, I did. I right now I'm using Streamlabs. I want to switch back to OBS again. Streamlabs has been giving me some problems. It hasn't been the best, but it hasn't been bad. I just would like to switch back to OBS. It's just such a process because this took me a while to get this all jury rigged and all set up this way. So I do plan on trying to switch back. Um, yes, I know, Tony, and that's something I'm glad that people on this channel here can sympathize with me with, because my speech impediment is very hard for me, guys. I have good days, I have bad days. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's easier for me to talk, and then some days it's just harder. So today, it's It's decent. so so yeah, thank you for sympathizing with how I feel about that, Tony. That definitely means a lot. But yeah, so right now I have PlayStation 5, I have the Xbox Series S, and I have the Nintendo Switch 2. Um there are a lot of games that I won't want to start playing again on the channel, and yeah, I definitely am gonna go film some Busch Gardens content, and I might go do that sooner than later. I don't know if I'll do it this weekend because it says it's going to be like 100 degrees tomorrow too, and I can't do that. I'm gonna absolutely die if I go to Busch Gardens and it's like 100 degrees outside. It's just gonna be way too hot for me. Um and what got me into gaming? Well, you know, I always tell people I'm more like a very casual gamer. I don't game like as intensively as a lot of my friends do. I'm a lot more casual. But what got me into it was I think when I started streaming, I had a lot of friends of mine who played video games, and they got me into streaming, even though they didn't stream as much because they were very self-conscious, and they didn't feel comfortable being on camera. Um, and that's actually how I got into streaming. Was they kept kind of telling me about streaming and people streaming games and stuff, and then I tried it out, and then I ended up enjoying it so much. That's how I started doing all the streaming in general. And because of all those friends I have, I do game, and I have so many friends of mine who are really big into gaming. They just don't feel comfortable doing the streaming, and I'm always telling them that they need to start doing the video game streaming as well, because that's what they would like to do. And my neighbor's launching off a bunch of fireworks right now, guys. So um if you hear that, that's why. But yeah, that's how I got into gaming and got into the streaming side of stuff. I know I haven't done any IRL streaming in a while. I feel bad about that. I'm not saying I don't like doing it. I do, but it's just it's a lot harder than if you're gonna stream at home, guys. Like at home, you have a stable Wi-Fi connection. You don't have to worry about your stream like losing a connection and stuff like that. I think Busch Gardens still allows streaming at the park. I don't think that's a problem. I let me know, Tony, because I heard at one point a couple months ago that Disney was planning on banning streamers. I don't know if that's still a thing. I did hear something about that, and I haven't been keeping tabs. So let me know if people can still stream at the parks. I'm guessing they still can, but I heard something like a couple months ago um, that that people can't do that. I guess I don't know. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Streaming in real life takes so much work. It's crazy. I got a whole bag of gear that I use for my IRL streaming. It's just it's a lot to put together. It's so much easier to do it from home. Um, Lots of clickbait articles give the impression that it's banned for clicks. Okay, yeah, that's what I felt like was going on. I didn't know for sure if they did ban streamers from the park or not. I didn't think they did. I thought it was just people thinking they did, but I didn't think they did. I would be surprised if Disney did do that, because I mean it's just a ton of free promotion for them anyway. Um, Tony says I find that you must drain out batteries and charging cables and stuff. Yeah. In real life, streaming is so tricky, and yeah, it is. It's very hard. It's a lot. to set up and get going, and then when you're live it's hard to keep a stable connection. And I've looked into those backpacks you can wear, which I do have one where I have all my gear tucked in my backpack and I have it all coming out of my backpack with all the cables and all that stuff. It's just a lot to pack, it's a lot to get going, and it's hard to get a stable connection. So, but I do plan on at least doing a live stream at Busch Gardens for you guys, just to test it out. I got a lot of friends who do live streaming at Busch Gardens here in Virginia, and the connection's pretty good. It's not bad. I haven't tested it out myself, but for the most part, from what I've seen, it's not bad. So we got most of this field done. We got about, we're almost at 50%. Um yeah, that's how I feel about the backpacks too. Not saying like it's too much for me to carry around. I have a pretty light setup. So for me it's not terrible. It again, it's like if you're going to do IRL streaming in real life, it's just going to take a lot of you're going to need quite a bit of gear, and it takes a lot to do it sometimes. I have a pretty cheap setup for what I do, so it's not too bad for me. I think if I can say how much all my gear costs for the whole IRL streaming stuff I do, it would probably be around like $500. So I have it on the cheap side. I am using an iPhone 15 Pro. That's what I'm using right now to capture this. But and I use that for my IRL streaming, so it still does very good, even though it's like a 2-year-old phone at this point. I think it still does great. I do plan on getting a newer phone at some point. I'm hoping maybe I can get the new iPhone 18 when that comes out. Um, yeah, that's how I am too. I kind of just hope for the best. I've been pretty fortunate so far. For the most part, I feel like most of my IRL streams have had a pretty decent connection. I tend to do a lot of planning beforehand, so if I'm going somewhere, I'll watch either other people's streams if they stream there and try to get a sense if there's going to be a good signal there or not. So I know I streamed at the Botanical Gardens, which is a garden center here where I live, and it was okay. It wasn't the best. I might just go film a regular video there and do that at some point. But yeah, Busch Gardens is gonna be next on my checklist. Yeah. I completely understand. Yeah, and that's why I admire you, Tony. You do such a good job with your streams, and definitely keep up the drawing and the artwork streams. Those are a lot of fun, and those are great that you can get requests from people to draw different cartoon characters, and I think that's great. You do a great job doing that, and also you're very talented too. So, you know. I just think it's crazy that you would need to get a license in order to sell artwork based off Disney characters. Like, I get it, but I just think that's nuts. That in order for you to sell any artwork that you draw that's a Disney IP character, that you would have to get a license from Disney to sell it. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying I don't get it. I do, but man, that's just, I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit much. But that's nice that you can draw stuff for people on stream at least, and then they can get to see it. I do think that's cool. So if you do plan on getting that, so then you can draw the tower tear and stuff, and then you can sell your artwork. You know, that's cool. Yeah. Um. Yeah. It says. 20 says I donate all my Disney themed artwork for free. Yeah, yeah, which is great. That's great that you do that. That's a very kind gesture. So yeah. Um, and I think it's fun. I think it's fun for people who get to watch. They get to see you bring a character to life, that they want you to do, and I think that's great. I honestly wish I could draw, um, because I feel like artists who can draw or paint or do anything like that, I think that's great content. I've always admired people who can draw and paint and are so talented that way. I think it's such a skill, and that's a huge market there, Tony. You got a huge opportunity to either sell your artwork someday, or just, I know that stuff gets a lot of views from people too. A lot of people enjoy that type of stuff, so I just think it's great. Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I've been seeing that you've been in Denver. And is that where you live, Tony? I don't want to put you on spot. I'm guessing that's where you live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try drawing and painting a lot. It's just harder for me because my terrible palsy on my left hand. I if I like train myself to try to get better at it, I'm sure I could. It just takes a lot of discipline. So that's why I admire people like you who can do it so well. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I was actually planning on going on a trip to Denver at some point with my friend. And I still plan on going there like at some point. So I think it's a very nice area, and I had an aunt and an uncle kind of temporarily live there for a short time. So yeah, Denver's very nice. Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad you guys are here today. This is just gonna be a chill stream, but yeah, I'll try to keep you guys posted when I'm gonna go to Busch Gardens here soon. It's definitely not gonna be this weekend, even though I would love to do this weekend. It's just too hot outside. But I will make you guys a promise, especially for Tony. I will try to do an IRL stream there. And fingers crossed that goes well, and I'll definitely be filming some normal video content there. That's been on my checklist for like the last 2 years. So, but I live about maybe an hour away, so I'm not too far. I'm in Virginia Beach, and Williamsburg is like in about an hour drive from here, so it's not too bad. And then I can just drive back home when I'm done. I know. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Tony, I try my best. I know people do all this IRL streaming way better than I do. I know I'm not like the most skilled at it, and I just try my best. I don't know if you can hear all the fireworks going off outside. Man, they are just shooting off a ton of them. but but yeah, I'm glad, Tony. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I need to get back to streaming Animal Crossing. I know a lot of people on here enjoy the all the Animal Crossing content. Oh yeah, yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, yeah. The IRL streaming takes a lot of practice, and it definitely is considerably a lot. It's a lot more than I think people realize, especially if you're gonna do it IRL and if you're going places. It definitely takes a lot more than I think people think it does. So yeah. Okay, well, I have my microphone turned on to where it will kind of like take away some of the background noise, so that's probably why you can't hear it. But my neighbors are just firing off a bunch of fireworks tonight. So and yeah, it's cool. I did go out there for a short time just to check out all the fireworks going off, but yeah. Um and I do plan on going to King's Dominion at some point. That's another local theme park here. That's a bit farther away. That's like I think that's like 2 to 3 hours, so it's not as close as Busch Gardens is to me, but it's still pretty close. Yeah, so I know I'm going to be going to Busch Gardens for sure. I just bought my season pass for that. I don't know if I'm going to go to King's Dominion this summer, but I will try. But those are definitely on my checklist of things I need to do. But yeah. Um I'm just glad that some of you are thankful for the content and hopefully you see how hard I try. This takes a lot to get going, guys. This is not easy. And I always am telling my friends who stream on their consoles, I'm like, you guys got it so much easier. You guys have no idea how much all of this takes to do. Like I can't tell you how many times I've streamed on my computer and it takes me like 2 hours sometimes to get it all connected and started up and getting the thumbnail, getting all that stuff done, connecting the cameras and having it all work simultaneously. It's a lot. But it's not as hard as IRL streaming though. That's the thing. Colorado did ban neighborhood fireworks due to fire hazards. Yeah. Technically, I'm going to just say this. They aren't allowed to be doing that. They're technically illegal here in Virginia. But, you know, people are having fun. No one's getting hurt. The police aren't getting called. I'm sure it's all fine. But yeah, technically they're not supposed to be doing that. But yeah, um, but other than that, I think we do have some local fireworks that are done by like the police department or something, and those are done at certain areas here as well. But yeah, technically they are legal here. In Virginia, or in certain parts of Virginia, or it might just be Virginia as a whole. Yeah, but yeah, as long as people are doing it in a safe manner and no one's gonna getting the cops called and nothing bad is happening, I think that they'll be fine. So, but yeah, um, everyone's been blasting fireworks in your state too. Yeah, I'm. That's why. Then I'm not saying I disagree with that law. I just think it's kind of. I just think it's kind of dumb. I'm not saying it's dumb because I know people can get pretty dangerous with doing it, and if they aren't doing it in a safe way, so there is cause for concern. But on days like on the 4th of July, I think people should be at least allowed to do it at some capacity. So even though I don't condone it, yeah, people still like to try to have some fun. So as long as they do it in a safe way, and so people enjoy it, and as long as people don't get hurt, that's fine. So, but yeah. I'm surprised about your state though. I'm surprised that that it's also not allowed there. I would at least expect like for a place like Denver to at least still allow it. I'm pretty surprised by that. So, but yeah. Yeah. Um Oh wow, wow. There's been a park that banned silly string um on Halloween. Wow. Explain the story behind that. I'm guessing some kids were playing with that too much and they got in trouble. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting to hear that, Tony. Yeah. I forget the states where fireworks is still legal. I'm gonna need to check that at some point after I'm done here. But yeah, that's very interesting. Okay. So the air around there is 30% humidity. Okay. All right. Interesting to know. Interesting to know. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have heard from people, that the air in Colorado is very dry. Um, they say, I forgot the exact story, but someone did coat an entire tree with silly string. Yep. Okay, Tony says Florida, Mississippi, and New Orleans. I'm guessing those are the states that you can legally set off fireworks without getting in trouble. Let me know if that's the case. But yeah, that's what I thought. Normally, when something like that gets banned or there's a problem like that, it's normally because someone did something and then they put like a restriction on it or like a law of some kind. So that's unfortunate. See, like it only takes one bad thing to happen and then they completely ban it completely. That that's hard, Tony. I'm sorry to hear that. Um yeah, so technically they're not supposed to be launching off the fireworks here, but like I said, people are just having fun. The police haven't gotten called. No one's getting hurt. So, yeah. Um, Colorado requires a lot of hydration and um, hydration and acquisition, or yeah, I get that. Yeah, I totally get that. I do want to at least go there at some point. All right, so I think we got this field done, guys. Cool. Let's just back up here. Cool. Glad we got this done. All right, all right, all right. Let's check this out. We did pretty well. Hold on. I think that's as far as I can go here. But yeah, we got the whole field done, which is not bad, not bad at all. All right, let's let's save the progress here. Let me see. We got this. Collect this. Awesome. Okay, then we'll jump back over here. Alright guys, I was just gonna do a quick stream today. But yeah, I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July today. Hope you guys are having a fun time. Thank you all for coming in. Go subscribe to my great friend Tony at Tony Oak Tower here on YouTube. They make awesome theme park content and artwork content. And yeah, I will definitely be trying to do some videos and streaming for you at Busch Gardens Williamsburg here soon, and hopefully at King's Dominion here in Virginia. But anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Enjoy all the celebrations going on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.